Alright guys, good morning. Welcome to episode 2 of the Call of Cthulhu live Let's Play. We are just outside the Hawkins Manor, as you can see. The scene of the crime where the fire and the murder took place, and we are just going to start making our way. That was the tree that was blocking our way in episode 1, so we're just going to start trying to find our way inside.
This entrance is still in use.
Hello, sir. Anybody home?
Whoa! Whoa!
You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Damn.
What do you think you're doing? So talk, and no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
You still put flowers on her grave. You cherish her memory.
Mrs. Hawkins was an exceptional person. She cared for everyone around her.
Let me shed a light on what happened to her. Give me that key.
I'm probably making a big mistake, but it won't be the first. Here, take the key and do what you have to do.
Oh, so you're just
Go
gonna
on,
let
man.
me in now?
Just to get rid of you.
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Well, thank you, old man, for, you know, giving me the confrontation of also just bashing me in the face as well. Thank you very much. Before I go in, I just wanted to inspect this other side here. I mean, obviously I'm gonna go this way at some point. This must be Winchester's place outside on the grounds. Can I pick up your axe?
The poor wretch seems to spend the best part of his time isolated from the world.
And it's not gonna let me in. Go figure. But there's always a way to get in. Or at least I thought. Apparently not. So I can slide that over for no reason unless I come over here at a later point. I'll be back. I'm sure there'll be a reason to come down here at some point. It wouldn't be here for no reason.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you've finished your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Boy, you're the most obvious person in the world every time you talk.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Alright, we finally made it inside. Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of Hawkins' mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester, the old caretaker, still faithful to his employers. Keeps watch on the place, armed with his axe. Well, yeah, that's always nice. And apparently he's gonna throw me in the ocean the next time he sees me.
Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me?
It's time to rebuild their last meal. See who did what.
This roast. What strange creature has flesh like this? This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
Demonic pictures indeed.
The
Someone
boy
dropped
was
their plate.
Probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Well, obviously it looks like an argument. The way he's up and his chair's about to fall over.
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door. Silas managed to bring the fire under control.
Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer?
It was already too late for the Hawkins.
Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself.
Oh, she's got one hell of a photographic memory if that's the case.
Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
We're going all Batman on everything now. Trying to inspect and reconstruct crime scenes and whatnot.
Did someone escape the fire?
Looks like a naked person to me.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Or maybe that was the accelerant for the fire. Did you ever think of that?
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? They had a fight. Why? Did it stop at the time of the fire? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How?
And apparently that's every piece of information that I can find. So what do you gotta say, Pierce?
This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
Much of this evidence simply contradicts the investigation's findings.
Really? Tell me about it.
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I got here.
Without your authorization? By whom?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So... well...
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
I was under the impression the fire started around midnight.
Yes, Silas banged on our door around 1 a.m. Poor devil ran so hard he was almost belching his lungs out.
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawkins family. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
Dr. Fuller?
A brilliant surgeon, and a friend of the family. I'm sure he took the matter to heart. So, excuse me if I value his opinion over yours.
So be it. Let's move on. It would seem at least one person fled the crime scene.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help? I don't buy it.
Oh, yeah?
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I think the Hawkins couple got into a fight.
You sure of that?
At the dinner table?
There's only one way to be sure.
Oh, so you're just gonna go ahead and break down the doors, huh?
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked.
No kidding, that's obvious, buddy. Oh, is this another medicine book? Yes, it is! History of medicine in the 18th century. We get to go roam around and do some heavy investigating now, apparently.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. The same bandages that I saw in the warehouse on the docks. And given the bloodstains, I'd also say that it's the same person. The lyrics of the Drunken Sailor, a sea shanty.
Sounds familiar? I think so.
This door is blocked from the outside.
Alright, buddy, you kind of took off without me.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818. Moby Dick. Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess. This place was falling apart long before the fire. This place was falling apart long before the fire. A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century. This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
Maybe they didn't necessarily want to play the piano. It was just to help fill the room.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Let there be light.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
That's one hot lighter, buddy. You need to have a better source of light, because that's just going to keep burning your hand after so long.
20,000 leagues under the sea. Another story about the mysteries of the deep. A crowbar. Could prove useful.
I'm sure I'll use it at some point. There's gonna be some crate or chest or a door or maybe a window. Maybe that's how I can get into Silas's little hut house thing.
What could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Is it
locked?
Every door locked around here? Is this the kids' room? This isn't creepy.
The boys' room.
At all.
child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
It's pointed at something. Crowbar equals half-life. Oh, Legion. You would.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed.
Let me guess. Sleeping pills. Apparently this is becoming a common thing.
Sleeping pills? Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family?
They couldn't sleep, apparently. That was the biggest problem.
What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
The key that opens the door to Sarah Hawkins' office was concealed.
What will her room reveal about her? Barbiturates. Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Pardon me while I just open this little door.
Perfect.
It seems like everything is wrecked, and what is up with this demonic freaking thing we have on the floor?
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Damn, not bad. She's doing pretty good when it comes to money. Look at that.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders. I wonder why. Sarah Hawkins' agent was getting worried. Seems she wasn't giving any signs of life.
It's like everywhere I look, there's something scratching a door or scratching the wall.
This door is locked.
And the scratches keep going in this direction, so... I guess I better go talk to him and see what he's doing. Man, I do have a crowbar after all.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance. If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
That's all fine and dandy.
A book on the first inhabitants of the
What am I
island.
missing? I'm missing something.
Seems they got here around the 14th century.
I mean, the fact that I have a crowbar now should allow me to go ahead and bust something open.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor. This door is blocked from the outside.
just saw something appear, and then it disappeared on me. What the hell was that? I know I'm not crazy. I saw something appear on the other side of the door.
This door is locked.
Hey, Knockout. Good morning, dude. This is the way we came before. This was all taken care of. There's something particular that I'm missing upstairs, and I just don't know what it is. It's not like you would give me a crowbar for absolutely no reason. There's a purpose behind it, but what do I need to break open? How much you want to bet it's the chest? The chest upstairs in her room. Of all the things that it could be, it could be that. I mean, unless they were trying to use the crowbar to open the door, but that's obviously not the case. So it has to be in that chest.
Despite what happened, they seem to have loved each other.
It's like, I'm sorry, you gave me a crowbar that I don't know what I'm doing with it. Like, psychological horror, RPG, mystery solving, blah 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 blah. That's what it is, Knockout. All the above.
This door is locked.
I'm aware. I would like to open it. I have a crowbar. Do something. I really don't see what I'm missing here. I've picked up every clue, every item. I've inspected everything that I could find, unless there's something very small that I'm not seeing. But from what I can tell, there's nothing that I haven't already seen.
Did you hear that?
A book on the first inhabitants of the island. It seems they got here around the 14th century.
There's got to be something here.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
There's something in this room that I'm just not seeing. Is there something I could open? Something I could destroy? Something I could move, maybe? This part is stumping the crap out of me. I actually tried doing that already. Knockout?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
So
this
far,
place was falling apart long before the fire.
It's pretty good. It's just I'm kind of stumped at the moment. I'm doing everything I can to try and figure out what I'm going to use this crowbar for, but it's not giving me any specific details or giving me any type of insight on where to go to use it. I mean, unless it wants me to use the crowbar outside the mansion, but that just doesn't make sense to me. That seems pointless.
This door is locked.
Again, you do have something called the crowbar. Locked doors shouldn't stop you for any reason.
Sarah Hawkins painted herself with her son, Simon, ready to go somewhere, but without Charles.
This is the door we walked into. So this is where everything begins. This is when there's just nothing extra for us to go through or for us to use it on.
Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way.
Yes, we already know the easier way. It's through here. This is where all hell broke loose. The fire happened. Everybody died. Blah, blah, blah.
This door is locked. This door is blocked from the outside.
Every door I run into is blocked or cannot be opened or something. If anybody's got any suggestions on what I might be able to do with the crowbar, please.
An original edition of Mary
Let me know.
Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Because there's apparently something I'm missing somewhere. And this cop is not helping me at all.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music.
See, I would think I'd be able to use this crowbar to open a chest, to maybe open a drawer, something that is completely inaccessible at the time. Hey, Arkham. What's up, man? Welcome to our blah 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 let's play of this Call of Cthulhu game here. where apparently I'm unable to see or figure out what in the world I can use the crowbar on. I would think I'd be able to maybe use it on this right here. Maybe try and open it, but it doesn't open. The chest doesn't open. It just doesn't make sense unless there's pictures I'm supposed to move. Everything here has already been inspected. I mean, there's nothing that I can't already see. If I come up to a locked door and I go over to the crowbar, nope.
This door is locked.
I'm so glad you've noticed. I'm stumped, guys. I'm completely stumped. I don't know what I'm looking for. I mean, don't get me wrong. There is another room on the other side of this wall that I can't access. But there's nothing else in the kids' room that I can't see. I've inspected everything. I'm stuck. I mean, if there was a way to get in here, it would be a huge help, but I don't quite see it. If I could push this bookcase out of the way, maybe that might help, but no, there's no option to do so. I'm stumped, guys. There's no extra piece of information anywhere here that I haven't already
Greek
found.
mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla. A book on hunting whales, the island's staple diet last century. One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
I find the crowbar here, I picked it up, but there's no use for it. This is good. It's a shame you can't use the Sparta kick. It would help.
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
You know what, Copper? You're useless. To me, and everyone else. It's gotta be upstairs. But there's nothing here. Ah! This is killing me. And I love how he just kind of hangs back. It's like, I'm gonna hang out in this library study type place, and you go and inspect the bedrooms and do everything yourself. I'm not even gonna help you. I mean, obviously this room has something to do with it. This is an effed up room. Candles. Weird scripture writing on the floor. Good morning, Kane. How are you? Man, I must have the lighter with like unlimited lighter fluid at this point. Running out of places to go.
This door is locked.
There's no other room to investigate unless I can investigate in this upper area, but even then it doesn't seem like I could. I want to get in here. It's the only room I can't access.
Darkwater history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Is there a hidden room? Is there something I can touch? Something I can hit? Yeah, Spoof, I've been trying to. Just, I mean, it's kind of crazy that no matter what I walk up to, nothing seems to showcase an activate button. Anytime I run into the question mark with the check mark, that means I've already inspected everything.
Did you hear that? I find it strange that it's gonna sit here and give me a crowbar and then give me 3 locked doors and not be able to open a single one of them with one.
This door is locked.
You texted a coworker who had... Oh. I've been in there. I inspected everything. I went through the full inspection of the room. The model ship was already inspected. Kid had sleeping pills. We went through the rebuild and the investigation. There's no option to inspect the floor thing at all. Are you serious? Now it pops up? I've walked past it 10 times. You piece of sh...
What was she trying to achieve?
I didn't see it pop up one time. Are you kidding?
Bradley? Is that you?
Oh, and now the door opens? Go figure.
Is anyone there?
I walked over it 3 to 4 times and it didn't give me the prompt. I am so pissed. Losing your mind, losing your mind, losing your mind. Art thief, get back here.
Stop! Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
I'll cover you.
This door was closed earlier.
Yeah, about to say, this one was locked, if you recall.
Where did he go? It looks like an old seaway map. Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well. I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph.
Do you really think that your fugitive came
Probably
in here?
Scylla.
I don't see
It's the
any
boat
way
that
out.
was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at this panel is movable. Cogwheels. They must be linked to an opening mechanism. Probably a secret passage. I must find a way to activate the opening mechanism. Damnation. I can't budge these gears. I need a tool.
About to say, I
With
kind of have
this,
a crowbar.
I should be able to force the gears.
Well done, Pierce.
It looks like a freehand map of Darkwater. Certain areas have been highlighted. I wonder why. As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Oh, it has been.
Seems like this came from a log. There must be a link with the Seaway map. They look like Celtic runes. Charles must have brought them back from one of his foreign trips.
Going down, anyone? Alright. Tunnels Under the Hawkins Mansion, Chapter 4. I tell you what, guys, I need to go ahead and take a quick little break. I gotta get some breakfast, and I have a few errands I have to run, all before we start running through the Last Wish raid, to try and get that 1,000 voices over in Destiny 2. So if you're enjoying the Let's Play, even with my derpy mind of missing the entire investigation portion on the floor, even though I walked over it multiple times, so I'm kind of confused on why it didn't pop up at all, be sure to go and smack that like button, and please subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you want to see more of Call of Cthulhu, any other Let's Plays, or any type of looter shooters, because this is your new home. I love you guys. Let's see if there's any type of cinematic in the beginning. If there's not, then it's just going to end. If there is, you can sit here and watch it.
The secret passage, under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah, and he had a direct means of entry to the crime scene. We must find him.